Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now, about the lymphoid organ spleen. Now, spleen, it is the largest lymphoid organ in the body, and it is covered by capsule. Now, it has no afferent lymphatic vessels, and it has no lymph sinuses. Its sinuses are present, but these sinuses, they contain blood instead of lymph. Now, spleen that is present in the left hypochondrium of the abdomen, and it is covered by a capsule. Now, the capsule, it covers the peritoneum, covers the spleen, and also the capsule except at the region of the hilus, the whole capsule, it covers the spleen, and at the region of the hilus, the septas, they enter the spleen and divides it into incomplete labules. The septas, they also arise from the remaining part of the capsule of the spleen. Now, spleen, it has parenchyma. The capsule that is mainly formed by the elastic fibers with few smooth muscle fibers, and this capsule contains the inner portion of the spleen, which is called the parenchyma. Now, the parenchyma of the spleen, that due to color differences, it is divided into two regions: the white pulp of the spleen and the red pulp of the spleen. First of all, the white pulp of the spleen. Now, this white pulp of the spleen, it contains lymphatic nodules. And through these lymphatic nodules pass the central artery. Now, the differences in other lymphatic nodules is that they have no central artery. The central artery that passes through the lymphatic nodule of the spleen. So, that is the main identification point of the spleen, that it has lymphatic nodules with central arteriole. Then the second part, the largest part, that is the red pulp. The white pulp, that is grayish in color, these grayish spots in the spleen, and the red pulp that looks red due to the presence of RBCs in their red pulp or in their cords. First of all, about the white pulp. Now, this white pulp, that is formed by the lymphatic nodules with central arteriole. Now, these lymphatic nodules, they contain aggregation of small lymphocytes. These are small lymphocytes. They aggregate and they form the lymphatic nodule. Before starting further about the lymphatic nodule, about the splenic nodule, I am sorry for that. These are the splenic nodules. Now, these splenic nodules, now the artery, splenic artery, that enters the spleen at the hilus of the spleen, then it further divides into branches, and these branches, they first of all they enter into the white pulp area. After reaching the septa, they pass to the white pulp. In the white pulp, these arteries, the arteries, they have three coats: tunica, intima, media and adventitia. Now here, this artery, when it reaches the white pulp, the splenic artery, branch of the splenic artery, as it reaches the white pulp, it loses the collagen fibers in its adventitia, and these collagen fibers, they are replaced by the reticular fibers. They are replaced by the reticular fibers. Adventitia, that is replaced by the reticular fibers. These are the lymphocytes. Now, as the artery enters the white pulp, the artery loses its collagen fibers in the tunica adventitia, and these collagen fibers, they are replaced by the reticular fibers, and they form a sheath around the artery. It is called the periarterial sheath. It is called the periarterial sheath. Then sometimes at this region more lymphocytes, they become aggregated and they form a solid nodule. They form a solid nodule. This solid nodule, that is called the splenic nodule, and this one is the artery passing through the splenic nodule. This one is the same artery passing through the splenic nodule, and it is covered by the lymphocytes. It's covered by the lymphocytes. Now these lymphocytes covering the periarterial sheath, they are mainly the T lymphocytes. They are mainly the T lymphocytes. Next one, then as these arteries, they enter to the red pulp, they further divide into branches. They further divide into branches called the penicillus. Penicillus. So in this way, then again these arteries, they end and the vein starts, the veins of the red pulp area, and then they join together forming the trabecular vein. The trabecular veins, they join together and they form the splenic vein, and that passes outside the spleen at the region of the hilus. Now that was about the white pulp of the spleen. Now the red pulp of the spleen. Now the red pulp of the spleen, that is the larger area. Larger area of the spleen, that is formed by the red pulp. And now these red pulp, they contain these cords called the splenic cords. And in between these cords, these are the sinuses. They are called the venous sinuses, and they contain blood, while in lymph node and tonsils, the sinuses, they contain lymph. But here these sinuses, they contain blood. Now these cords, they are formed by the reticular tissue. They are formed by the reticular tissue, and to these cords are attached the cells. These cells, they are the erythrocytes, lymphocytes, macrophages, plasma cells, and dendroid cells. These are all attached to these cords. Now this area that is lined by the endothelium. Now these endothelial cells, these are fusiform in shape. They are elongated and run along the length of these sinuses, and in between these sinuses there is a gap, and through this gap the processes of the macrophages, they pass and they work and they remove these antigens from the blood. So that is about the spleen. Now function of the spleen is production of lymphocytes at the region of these lymphatic nodules. Second, removal of the dead cells or dead RBCs from the blood, and other one is the storage of the blood. These are the functions of the spleen.